Asticus, chapter 36. Have mercy upon us, O Lord God of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon the other nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. As thou hast sanctified us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us, and let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no God, only thou, O God. Shew new signs, and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that thou mayest set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation, and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary, and destroy the enemy. Make their time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. Smite and sunder the hands of the rulers of the heathen that say, there is none other but we. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together, and inhabit them, from the as from the beginning. O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. O be merciful to Jerusalem, thy holy city, thy place of thy rest. Fill Zion with unspeakable oracles, and thy people with thy glory. Give testimony to those that are possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. O Lord, hear the prayer of thy servants, according to the blessing of Aaron over thy people, that all they wish dwell upon the earth may know that thou art the Lord, the eternal God. In Yahshua's name we pray. Hallelujah!
Hallelujah! Today's class. The Israelites and the world want to serve two masters, idols and self, but not Yah.
Not Yah. Shalom, shalom, giving our praise to the Most High and the Son. Serving two masters. Serving two masters. Self and Yah. Self and Yah. Self and Yah. Idols and Yah. It's a combination of how you want to look at it. But when you look at our peoples, or you just look at the world, and you'll notice that, see, because you really can't see it, because you're in the same situation as the world. What I'm learning is everybody's a slave.
Right.
Nobody want to hear the truth, because all slaves think alike, don't they? It doesn't matter what level you on, you're still a slave. You're still controlled by the system, by your thoughts. And when we as a nation don't know these things, we just follow the narrative.
That's right.
Black and white. Division. Hatred. These are the narratives that they keep us divided. But through the Most High and His Son, that what brings us together.
That's right.
Give us peace.
That's right.
Let me get this first letter. Read this out.
Today's bondage is mentality. Today's slave mentality is a phrase packed with a lot of meaning.
It's packed with a lot of meaning, because no matter who you talking to, they're a different form of slave.
That's right.
You know, they might have a better house, or they might have a job, but that's a slave. And when you understand one thing hard for a slave to give up all of them things that he's been taught and come follow Yah. Read.
It's a disease inflicted by the world.
It's a disease. The same old narratives on television. You're around. You understand? When I was in Walmart yesterday, I went past the leftover Halloween, 90% off. How long have we been going in these stores just buying this stuff at regular price, and the day after it's 50 and 90% off? It's showing you that the peoples are not really just, and I'm gonna tell you something, it's a void of education too.
That's right.
See, you've been educated through the system, you still don't think. You still can't think for yourself, because the narrative that they give you in college is to be a slave.
That's right.
No one is teaching you to separate your mind from this system. And this is what I'm gonna be talking about later on. We're gonna have a little class after this, and it's gonna be dealing with education. Because let me tell you something, when you're a slave and you got no education, all you're doing is sliding from side to side. You're not going up. Because no matter how much money you make on a job, you get fired off that job, guess what? You got to go start at the bottom.
That's right.
Well, at least a degree, you have a chance to live in this wicked society. And this is the thing that you'll understand. The labor force are full of uneducated people.
That's right.
That's what you meet on these jobs, slaves.
That's right.
The television give them a narrative, they come out and they act it, they play it. Read on that.
On the one hand, it is the perception that one merely accepted bondage as their lot in life.
That's that lot in life. You see the same old thing going from generation to generation, no change.
Right.
You know, it's the time now that we start building our families up, setting our families up.
That's right.
Setting them up, educating these children, getting these children's time. Because when you go through the hood, it's just mostly uneducated people.
That's right. Right.
You go through this, see, I look at it like this. You got no education, you're going to live in apartments. You got some education, you can buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is. And nobody want to hear this. Slaves do not like to be told, hey, you're not living right. Slaves like to be amongst a party. See, you ever notice that there's big congregations at the church, at these football games, baseball games, concerts? That's what slaves like to do. They like to please the flesh. Mm-hmm. Keep reading.
It's realizing that things are never going to get any better.
See, once you understand that you're a slave, ain't nothing gonna get better until we start coming together as a people, as nations. The Most High didn't create us to be slaves. Mm-hmm. Read on.
It's recognition of your bondage and trying to make the best out of the worst, out of deception.
This is the whole thing, illusions. You see the buses riding around here empty, the post office empty. Everywhere you go, it's empty. How's this society still functioning? And you understand that the labor market is full of people that ain't working without education. That's why the pay rate is going down, studying up. It's not following the trend of rent, food, and everything else. Read.
Television, school system, churches, movies, magazines, newspaper, the internet, constant exhaustion and near starvation of the mind.
Man, your mind's starving. Why you thinking you see the older generation, they watch TV so much?
Teach.
They don't have, and they watch reruns too, man.
You ain't lying. You is not lying.
And then you see that show 18 times?
Teach.
They mind starving. Your mind is starving. This is why you come to this truth, to get fed.
That's right.
To get fed life, man, is more than we go in these Bibles, but when we close these Bibles, what else? We still got to live life.
That's right. Uh-oh.
We're in a society where we got to build, man. Because most people, they don't want to chat, they don't want to think, man. And let me tell you something. When you try to make them think, that's when they shut down. They get mad at you. No, that ain't right, because they want you to be a slave like they're a slave.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Holding on to them old doctrines, them old lies, the traditions. Read up.
You get by to survive.
That's all you do, man. From generation to generations, man, we just getting by.
Teach.
We not living. I never seen my grandmother go to Hawaii, but I'm finna go.
You ain't lying.
Just telling you the truth, just to get by, man. And people are happy. I can't be happy like that, man. I've never been happy. So I always had to do things the other way. Read up.
Naturally, there were many who mentally had given up, even if their hearts yearned for freedom.
They don't gave up, man. It's just okay, man, to be in a bad wedding and marriage, be in a bad situation. They just don't gave up. Read.
How could you not? However, lest we forget, there were those who were in slave mentality that rose up and revolted against their oppressors or the system.
This is they rose up, man. They stood up. They didn't. And let me tell you something. The civil rights movement. Give me that letter right quick. Let me show you something. Pull it up right quick. See, y'all don't understand the civil rights movement. It's not new under the sun, man. They running the same game. What about this? The civil rights movement of 1870.
Teach.
Read the first paragraph.
Radical Republican Senator Charles Sumner of Massachusetts introduced the Civil Rights Act of 1870 as an amendment to a general amnesty bill for former Confederates. The bill guaranteed all citizens, regardless of color, access to accommodations, theaters, public schools, churches, and cemeteries. The bill further forbid the bearing of any person from jury service on account of race. and provided that all lawsuits brought under the new law would be tried in federal, not state courts.
Let's get back to our other letter, man. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing new under the sun. They've been running the same game. How do you think you became a slave on a ship? They gave it to you. They gave you roots 12 years. They continue to make sure that your mind stay empty.
Teach.
That's all they doing, man. They running the same game, man. That's why you see, you know, the men's and the sisters, man, and the men's are the ones supposed to step up and build our communities up, but they the weakest in the movement, though. They men's like to follow men's, not Christ.
Yes, sir.
How we gonna build our community up when we all following men?
Teach. Yep.
At the peoples at the top ain't gonna do nothing for the peoples at the bottom. That's why we trying, man, talking to people Monday through Friday, man, out there putting in that brick. See, some of you in your captivity, you ain't thinking about your brother. Some of you in your captivity, you ain't thinking about your family.
Teach.
See, the captivity is your whole life. Captivity is easy. They set everything up for you. What'd you do? You go home and program your own computer to start your business or your job? No, it's already got a program for you. You go to driving truck, what they got? They already got a route for you.
That's right.
You don't do no thinking. All you there to do is serve.
Teach.
But most people don't want to hear this because they don't think they slave. People think they're better than each other. That's the problem. That's how slaves are. All it is that crab in the barrel mentality. They see you thinking out the box, they want to pull you back in the box. That's all. That's the crabs in the bucket. That's all it is, man. Somebody trying to think of how to get out and they want to keep you in.
Teach.
Majority of slaves in this place. The majority of slaves in the truth with fringes on. Their mind still in bondage. Read on out.
They would not give in and instead fought to free themselves and others.
See, when you understand, you start seeking wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You want to help free your peoples, and how? Through Christ.
Right.
But our peoples, they good at being slaves. They want to stay on the bottom, man. What good? How happy are you to do nothing in life but go to work for somebody? To pay bills to somebody?
That's right.
How happy could you be to see your children suffering? See, a lot of you don't want to sacrifice yourself. It's time. It's time to grow up. Or shut up. See, it's either one. Because what a slave gonna do, a slave gonna tell you how to be a slave. Slave don't like you teaching outside the box. You know, that's what you get when you did talking to people, man. And let me tell you something. A slave always hating. That's how a slave operate. He hates. Especially if he sees somebody else got a bigger cookie than he got.
That's right.
It's just a cookie, man, that you want half. Keep reading up.
When teaching a more honest history about mentality sickness, let's remember the whole story and not perpetuate the old slave mentality one. How we teach about mentality bondage has profound impact on people of the world. The impact of mentality slavery and deceptions of the mind of whites and blacks can't be underestimated as well.
You understand how they taught the so-called white man the same thing? He thinking he great. When they find out they not those people, they the one got the guns. They trying to get the guns out their hands.
That's right.
You can put a gun in brothers' hand. Brothers don't have no operation. We out here dealing with somebody, everybody shooting everywhere. They running. You only got no operations, man.
Yep.
We don't know how to touch each other on the shoulder, one bagging up, one shoot. We just go out there and do what we do.
Right.
No organization, no structures, nothing, man.
That's right.
But this is how people think we should function. That's how the system wants us to function. When they see us and having structure and order, that threaten them. This is what threaten them, man. You stepping up and be mans and being women's. Read up.
When we are fed a steady diet of lies, less than what other conclusions than the subconscious come to? What other reservoirs of information can it draw from?
What can it draw from? What good is you all the lies that what changed? The churches, they've been the same since the inceptions over here. What changed? Yep. Name me something that changed. Nothing. You got to change. And that's the problem. Our people don't want to change, man. They want to stay the same. Right. They thinking being out here in these streets wearing these slaves, man. These slaves will cut your throat around here, man.
That's right.
You don't know what you dealing with out here, man. Y'all keep playing these games with these slaves out here, man. These slaves hungry. You seeing the people robbing. See, the slaves, they tired of being broke, man. These youngsters, they got no knowledge. They mind been robbed, man, because mama and daddy and grandmama and them ain't taught them nothing. And all they know now is to go rob, and they got a camera sticking right in their face. They still go pull that trigger.
Teach.
Yep. Nobody teaching them they got to go, they're going to lose their life. This is what the system invites us to do with our children. But read,
all of this then manifests itself in everything we do, say, and think. The only way to reverse this is to make an active lifetime commitment to reprogram one's mind to be moved beyond the space of deception occupied within the spiritual bondage mentality narrative.
Narrative is the same thing. We got to reverse this. This is part of resurrection, man. Raising back up to who we were.
That's right.
We can't get no kingdom of all slaves.
Bring it out.
See, this is the whole movement in Israel. Like, we going to wait for a ship. That's a slave.
Teach.
Come on that.
Bring that out.
Slaves teach those doctrines, man.
Come on that.
Give people false hope, man.
That's right.
That's what they give them. We have to raise up as a people, man, and start educating ourselves.
Bring it out.
We can't just study function, man, without a degree. See, I'm challenging you. It's time. See, I keep telling you, slaves move they move from job to job to job to job. You get a degree, you move up. See, you got degrees, you probably out of 100, you probably got 20. Non-degrees, you got 80, you got a lot of people down here fighting, man. For the same old fronts, for the same crumbs, and they happy. Cause some people ain't just right in the mind, but read,
When white people think America was built for them.
See, that's the problem with the so-called white race, man. They thinking this was George Washington, all of them was so-called white folks, man. See, people don't want to hear this, man, because, see a slave, you can't tell him nothing. See, a slave rather argue with you than go research.
That's right.
A slave rather fight with you than go seek his own knowledge.
Right.
That's how slaves operate. They won't be told what to think. See, you've been told what to think all your life. Where do they start us out in pre-K? We got elementary. What else we got? Junior high, high school, college. What did anybody break the curse? See, we break the curse. It's easy to go to their colleges. See, we got to elevate ourselves to get into their political realm. See, we got to start pushing our brothers and sisters, man, to do things higher.
That's right.
How we gonna take a kingdom back, man, when we all slaves?
Bring it out.
That's what that people don't. Nobody want to hear. Everybody good and being lazy, sitting at time. Tell you something, man. That's a hard pill to eat, ain't it? It's a hard pill to digest. Knowing that, man, that you have no chance in this world. How would you like to see your children with no chance? Look at what you go through. Do you want your children going through the same thing you go through?
Bring it out.
Job to job, apartment to apartment, bill to bill. You can't continue pushing that on our peoples.
That's right.
That's what's wrong with this movement, man. You ain't never heard of no elder saying, let's come together and do something, man.
Bring it out.
Not one would say this, but they all want to do is talk about each other, man. And I'm not the one to be talked about, man, because I put my boot where it shine.
Bring it out.
Telling you, man, quit playing with me. I tell them all the time, quit playing with me. See, because, they got soft, man, because they teach the Bible to everybody. No, they're just Christ-like.
That's right. Bring that out.
See, Christ didn't send us out here to hate. He sent us out here to love.
That's right.
And that's what the people don't have no more. Nobody to love and care about them.
That's right.
Read on up.
That's when the illusion kicks in and they trust in lies taught by the black Europeans.
They don't understand they are the orchestrator of this whole system. Nobody want to hear this because you can't see them. Why are you thinking they pull themselves out? See, the people that can come tell a story, the truth, they all dead.
That's right.
Somebody got to go dig this information up. We can't just believe what on the surface. On the surface is nothing but lies.
Right.
Read.
When black people think that they were only slaves, that's when the illusion kicks in.
See, they think everybody there, black, everybody got dark skin, they slaves, man. That's what the school system teaches.
Yes, sir.
That's all they teach you. That's all people tell you, slave. You can go look up anybody, they was ex-slave. But see, you got to understand. See, we taught y'all all the libraries was destroyed.
Right.
And they redacted all the information and switched it all up and gave you what they want you to think. But see, a lot of people, they watch going on, man, they get in there like Kermit, man, getting mad, man. Go do your research, man. Quit fighting your brothers that trying to get out the bucket. That's what a crab does.
That's right.
When you see somebody on there being negative, that's nothing but a crab, man.
Teach.
That's right.
Trying to keep you in the bucket because they still want to stay in the bucket. Keep reading.
These are the things that keep the people from rising up to be what the Lord created them to be. A people and nation of tribes, not slaves.
See, that's the problem, man. The slave want to keep you a slave. No matter what you going in the church system, the Israelites want to keep you a slave. I don't understand how let me tell you something. See, if we was helping each other, see, we'll be rising up. But see, we ain't helping each other. We stand on the bottom. See, the only times they say something about you is something negative.
Right.
That's all your time. That's a slave.
That's right.
That's a slave. Give me Matthew 6:19. I'm just telling you the truth. Nobody want to hear it, man. Nobody want to get out of this. What you seen Thursday this week, man? Family coming together to help a family.
That's right.
That's what you seen, to be there and support. You know, slaves, they don't think like that, man. See, some people, they still on this whole America ain't nothing but a plantation. Just strip the streets out, the light poles out, the stores out.
Man.
Where the big house? It's in Washington, man. That's where Master sit at. You got the big house. You got a little house right here in Austin, Texas, man. That's where your master sit at, man. That tells you what to think, what to do, give your children the school curriculums. But see, we don't think for ourselves, man. See, and that's the problem when they see somebody raising up that think outside the box, they think they're crazy. Because I remember the first time I started seeing that, I called Bishop. I said, man, I'm seeing something, man. I'm not. He said, man, teach it. You know, I said, man, I'm not seeing. I'm going through something. I don't want people to think I'm crazy, because when you tell somebody Christ didn't walk on some literal water, they go crazy because a slave. That's all he want to know.
Right.
Teach.
That's all he want to know, man. What he been taught, how to be a good slave, man. Read this up.
St. Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 19. Lay not up yourselves treasure upon earth.
See, that people that's being the treasure on earth is nothing but this system, man. Nothing but being a slave. Thinking that you're going to get rich or die trying, man. It's all a scheme, a game on you. People's, everything that they go through, it's all about, when you teaching something, they treasures on this earth, they're going to tell you what their master taught them. They can't think outside the box. And that's why you see these Israelites out here, man, they can't think outside the box. See, they don't understand. People's are organized instruction and trying to set their peoples up. I see every nation's come over here and run right past us. How is that? How is that every nation that don't been over here don't run right past us? Because slaves don't want you to ride. Slaves will tear everything down.
That's right.
You trying to build a business, the slaves would not support it.
Bring it out.
That's what they do.
Man.
Slaves in the mind, man. They ain't gonna come support the business because if I can't do it. See, I'm gonna tell you something. That's the problem is that slave, he can't think outside the box. See, he'll be the one that take your money and run. See, that's what a slave would do. He gonna get over on you.
That's right.
That's his whole mission. Read up.
Where moth and rust doth corrupt.
See, when you understand, man, that moth and rust, man, it does corrupt. See, that moth is what a moth do? It devour.
That's right.
It destroys. See, that mouth in your mind, man, is eating your brains up. These lies that this system has taught you is eating your mind up. You can't even think, because every time you try to think, you get frustrated.
Right. Crazy.
Every time somebody tell you something that you don't know, it frustrates you. And that rust in your mind, man, the whole system is here to deteriorate your mind from you not being able to think for yourself.
That's right.
You so dependent on the system, you don't even know it. When the Most High is telling us how we gonna be above all the people, they love to pull them scriptures out there in them street corners, but them Negroes go right back and clock in on somebody's clock.
Man, crazy.
We got to raise up as a peoples to be above other peoples, man. Our thoughts can't be like slaves. Read.
And where thieves break through and steal.
What do men do?
Break through and steal.
Men's break through, man, and steal your salvation.
That's right.
That's what they do. See, they the thieves. These Israelites with fringes on are thieves, man. They don't care nothing about the people, man. They just care about being worshipped.
Right.
You'll never see them do nothing for the nation. They want everybody to do for them. But see, slaves, when you come out of the church and you come into an Israelite movement and you still worshiping your pastor, you still putting your pastor on a pedestal, man, and you don't see your pastor getting dirty, that's just to let you know that you still a slave. It's the same old thing, man. They come out of the church, the Christianity church, come and put their fringes on, and they still want their pastor to be the pastor that they was worshiping the world.
Teach.
That's how it is. That's how it is. Ain't no difference. Give me James 4:4. That's how it is. They don't want change. They want things to stay the same. They just put fringes on, man. And let me tell you something. They hate the truth. See, the truth, man. Hey, the truth is like that, man. When you're out there and you ride through their town with some knowledge, he be the one sitting over there with that perm in his head, with that banana in his mouth. That's how the truth is. They give it to you, man. You bringing truth. That's what they gonna tell you. This is how they are, man. When you trying to bring something different, that's how they are with fringes on.
Straight facts. You don't like that.
We don't like that, man.
You don't like that.
It's about the elders, not Christ. Read this up.
James chapter 4 and verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
You understand being a slave, man? That's enmity with God. You want to come into the truth and you want to bring the slave mentality in here.
Right.
You don't want to change. You want to come in the truth and turn it into the Christianity church. Read.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
You can't be a slave and serve the Most High, man. Because all you're going to do is come in and cause division. Give me 2 Peter 3:17. Nobody know what love is. Nobody know how to embrace their brothers and sisters because they didn't teach us this. Most of y'all spend most of your time in your phone.
Bring it out.
I don't gave up. I'm not going to ask you to share and comment no more, man. If I got to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to wait no more, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of calling out nobody answer. That's sickness, man. When you see somebody that have lived it and proved it and you still doubt it. That's the problem with all people. Slaves.
Bring it out.
Slaves, man. Don't want to step up, man, and help. That's what a slave do. No, you're not getting out the bucket. We not getting out the bucket. We all want to live in that bucket, man. We want to live in that hood, that ghetto. No matter where you at, man. And without family, built up with wisdom and knowledge, if you fall, who gonna be there to catch you?
Bring that out.
Family. Read,
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 17. Ye therefore, beloved, seeing ye know these things before, beware lest ye also, being led away with the error of the wicked, fall from your own steadfastness.
That's what happened to our people, man. Somebody don't like what that crab. That crab don't like what's going on, man. He in somebody's ear. You know? And let me tell you something. I always say, man, we had a true funeral, man. We spoke the truth about our brother, man.
Right.
Because we loved him. See, most of the time you go to the funeral, all you hear is lies. That lets you know nobody loves. Nobody loves nobody sit up there and just give you all gushy stuff. You got to tell the truth, man. Akim, he reminded me of my father. He was that big. He was the same size as Akim, about 6'2", 6'3". I know what Junior and them felt, man. This big man rocking through here, man. I had to put a knife in his side or something, so, man. Big dude, man. You know, that's probably why we were so close. And then I seen an old picture. I seen some of them old pictures, man. They remind us when we was out there in that corner, he didn't play. When he stick that glove out, you don't move.
Bring that out.
But you understand, you got to stand steadfast, man. But read.
But grow in grace.
See, that's the problem. Because you teach somebody don't know, they get pissed off. How you gonna grasp it when you don't want to grow in grace? I never seen a tree come out of the ground already 9 feet tall.
Teach.
That's how we are in this truth, though.
Yes, sir.
You find somebody come open their Bible, man, they elder.
Yes, sir.
No substance behind it, but read.
And in the knowledge of our Lord and Savior Christ, to him be glory both now and forever. Amen.
We do everything in the name of Christ, man.
Right.
See, that's the problem. Give me Romans 8:5. See, that be the problem. People come in, they want to be the HINC, the HINI, the head Israelite in charge, I guess. They want to be the, let me tell you something, it's not that it come in, man, and build.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, we all the same.
That's right. That's right.
When class over, we brothers and sisters. No titles out there.
That's right.
Read this.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
Man, a slave gonna mind what the slave do. That's what a slave does, man. He want to do what a slave does. Some of them want to continue. You got them in this truth. That's why you got the 3-wife doctrine going on, man. The 15-wife doctrine. A slave, that's how a slave do, because in the world, he probably couldn't even catch one woman. See, these cats playing on the Bible, man.
That's right.
That's why you got all these different doctrines, the ship doctrine, the rape doctrine. That's why you got all this sickness, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. I wish these boys quit trying to find saucers out here, man. We seen a light, man. I seen a chariot in the video with you. Somebody had typed that in there one time. I was like, man, that's just a light glowing in the back of the background, man. It be in all pictures. Silly boys with fridges, man, calling themselves men's. They can't lead you nowhere but to destruction. Read on up.
But they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
Man, you want to see your people's uplift. We're not teaching that. We're not teaching about uplifting our peoples out of this rut, man. These kept people teaching them, hey, stay where you at, be a slave, and wait on some ships or chariots or whatever they call them. It's time for us to start educating ourselves.
Teach.
I was talking to a few peoples about that got degrees in here. They're going to have to be a pillar too now. Because I want people stepping up and saying, I want to get back in college. I want to get a degree so my children don't suffer.
That's right.
We got young Zia about to graduate. You know, that's an accomplishment. Don't start something and you don't finish it.
That's right.
You know, when I got to them, hey, we're going to finish it.
That's right.
You know, they're going to continue that education. Let me tell you something. When you without education, man, you're going to suffer.
That's right.
All you want is that piece of paper. This is all you get. That paper got whole value. That paper whole weight on it. So you got a high school diploma, they don't even ask you for it. You got an associate's degree, they don't even ask you for it. You got to have that BA. And that's just how it is. You're never going to be able to do nothing in life. Some of the people in here got degrees, you see they got houses. Don't y'all see it? See, I can see it. But everybody want to be a slave. That's all I want to be slaves. It's good being a slave, man. Master, give me a cup of cornbread, man. I get to go to work and go home, man, and get that little paycheck so I can get right back to another master. Read on up.
For to be carnally minded is death.
To be what?
Carnally minded is death.
You understand, man? People got hatred and despise you. That's a carnal-minded person. That person is carnal-minded, man. And let me tell you something. This is why Christ had to walk This is why Christ had to walk the older generation around 40 years. He had to kill them all, man. Because they was carnal-minded. They didn't want to change, man. They wanted to teach the children what they learned in Egypt.
Teach.
See, they didn't want to separate. That'd be the problem, man. Read up.
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Life and what?
Life and peace.
Life and peace.
Yes, sir.
What did it say again?
For to be carnally minded is death.
Is what?
Is death.
Is what?
Is death.
See, they don't understand that, man. They don't understand that. To have that hatred in your heart, to have that malice in your spirit. And let me tell you something. When you see somebody and you already talking about them, man, that's death. When somebody come to me like that, I know they dead, man.
Right.
See, I don't play those games with them. You're not going to play those games with me, man. See, the scriptures say they dead. Read.
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
It's life and peace, man.
That's right.
It's life and peace. To be spiritual minded is life and peace. It is life and peace. I don't get what people are getting, man. It is life and peace. I don't understand what they doing. And see, they don't understand what they doing because they still a slave. That's what slaves do. That's why you see all the children at the high school, the schools now fighting each other.
That's right.
It's coming from their household. Because mama don't taught them or daddy don't taught them they better than their brother. Let me ask you, who better than who in here?
Bring it out.
Don't we all breathe the same air?
That's right.
Don't we both got 2 lungs?
That's right.
Don't we got a heart, a brains? So how can we be better? We might be a better thinking, but we ain't better. Somebody might have a different skill that you need.
Right.
See, that's how a slave think. A slave thinking, hey, son, they way is the right way. We don't know.
Because the carnal mind is enmity against God.
See, the slavery mind, that's the one enmity against God. They don't want to change. Read.
For it is not subject to the law of God.
See, they don't see a lot of them that be out here running their mouth. They don't want to follow the law in the book. You got an issue with your brother, what you supposed to do?
That's right.
You're supposed to go to him.
Bring it out.
But see, a carnal-minded person gonna go to somebody else and tell them all the lies they want to tell them.
That's right.
What did the Bible say? Forgive thy brother or sister?
Bring it out.
But they want to go against the law.
That's right.
Read.
Neither indeed can be.
It can be. Read.
So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God.
See, they can't please God, man.
Right. Bring that out.
See, a slave can't please God, man.
That's right.
It's crazy.
Christ ain't calling slaves back to the kingdom. And you got a lot of them with fringes on. They don't want to hear this. Read.
But ye are not in the flesh.
See, the thing is, the one that love each other, care about each other, man, want to see each other. See, we're not in the flesh. Read.
But in the spirit.
We're in the spirit, man, because we show love to our brothers and sisters, man. Read.
If so be that the Spirit of God dwell in you.
If the truth is in you, read.
Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Christ, he is none of his.
He's none of his, man. So you can have fringes on, Shabbat Shalom, all these things. You're not of Christ.
Bars.
And this Bible was warning us that these times was coming, man.
Right.
That's what I'm starting to understand. This is what the Bible was warning us about, these scribes and Pharisees, man.
Bring it out.
Give me Psalms, man. 107 and 410.
Yes, sir.
This is what the prophets was warning us about. They understood when we wake up, man, that there was going to be wolves and thieves around us.
That's right.
But see, nobody want to hear that because, somebody's conversation might be good. Read this out.
Psalms chapter 107 and verse 10.
Teach.
Such as sit in darkness and in the shadows of death, being bound in affliction and iron.
That's the man, you got to understand. That's in their mind. Being destroyed mentally.
Damn.
Can't think outside the box, man. And when they get that spirit of hatred in them, they can't shake it. It's like crack. Read.
Because they rebelled against the words of God.
That's what happens, man. That's how that moth. That's how you got that moth in your mind because you rebel against this word, man.
Teach.
Don't want to show no loyalty to the Most High and His Son, man.
Bring it out.
Read.
And contend the counsel of the Most High.
And they hate the counsel of the Most High, man. This is why we ain't moving, man. This is why the truth ain't going like it should be. Because we got Pharisees and scribes and Jezebels running around here, man.
Right.
The Bible warned us that this was going to be taking place in the last days. Read up.
Therefore, he brought down their heart with labor.
He humbled them, man. Read on.
They fell down.
A stumbling block. Read.
And there was none to help.
Nobody, you can't help them, man. Because they don't rejected the word, but read up.
And they cried unto the Lord in their trouble.
See, now, that's the problem. They don't want to pray about what they got going on in their head. Read.
And he saved them out of their darkness.
See, that's the only way, man. They're going to have to bow. That knee going to have to bow, man.
Right.
You can't come to Christ as a slave and thinking you're going to change. Their knee going to have to bow. That's the only way He's going to be able to save you. See, most people don't know that. They still can be saved. But I'm going to tell you something. That spirit on a man, it's a hell of a spirit to have on you.
Right.
It's a hell of a spirit to have on you. Read on,
He brought them out of darkness and the shadow of death.
Bring them out of darkness, man, in the shadow of death, man. We walking right around here in the shadow of death right now. We seeing what's going on. We seeing people dying every day.
Man.
We don't just take heed to it. But see, a slave, this is normal. Read.
And break their bands in sunder.
Broke their bands in this sunder, man. He had to separate their minds, man. You got to get all this garbage out of your head, man.
Yes, sir.
Some of you got to go pray, man. You got to go on a 24-hour prayer, man. Go fast somewhere, man. When you fast and you ain't thinking about hating your brother, you're thinking about putting something in your belly.
That's right. Big facts.
Bring it out.
Give me James 5:1. See, a lot of us, we don't want to change. See, they think in Christ, somebody put on fringes, hey, man. See, that's the illusion. That's the illusion. We got too many people around here want to follow men.
That's right.
They're not following Christ. Some brothers need to be sitting down 5 years before they even try to teach the Bible.
Bring it out.
You shouldn't come in this truth and you 6 months, you're a captain over 1,000. See, we don't even use that terminology in here, man. Christ didn't have captains and officers, man. He had disciples, man. He had bishops, man, and deacons.
Bring it out.
That lets you know that they mind still on the old way. We under the New Testament, man. Read.
James chapter 5 and verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men.
See, a lot of y'all rich in this world, man. Y'all got all worldly knowledge. See, you so rich in knowledge, man. And I was at a place getting the money order, man. I heard the people sitting there, man. I'm over here on the south side in the hood, man. They was in there talking about the Rangers and the Cowboys. And they paying bills. That's just low. That show you how. And I told you we communicate at a low vibe.
That's right. That's right.
They worried about Jerry Jones, what he ain't doing.
Oh God.
Jerry Jones got a what you call them things, a yacht. Costs more than the South Side.
You ain't lying.
Bring that up.
You think he worried about what a Negro in the ghetto saying about him?
Bring it out.
So they want to run the cow. When you put them in there one day, they'll be on destroying all the business. Let me tell you something. You got a team worth $9 billion. Do you want a Super Bowl ring cost about $26,000? You got the #1 selling team merchandise. Do you care about a Super Bowl ring, really?
No.
All he did was build a brand and he sold it.
That's right.
Thanks.
Let the other teams win the Super Bowl. The market's probably hurt. Y'all don't know how the game goes.
Teach.
Bring it out.
See, a lot of you rich in this worldly knowledge, man, and you don't want to let go of it, man, and start thinking for yourself. When you start thinking for yourself, man, you'll start to understand, man, I shouldn't have been like that. I shouldn't have hated. You know, I never had that spirit. It never was in me to hate on somebody, man. I used to look at it like we all on the bottom. How can you hate on people's on the bottom? Read.
Weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
See, that's what they don't understand, man. They're not understanding they're going to be weeping and howling for all the miseries. Because people don't understand. What you sow, you will reap.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
What you sow and what come out your mouth, you're going to have to pay for it. Read.
Your riches are corrupted.
They what?
Your riches are corrupted.
Your ways, your thoughts, your education, all these things, it's all that what corrupts you, man. See, your riches, people thinking why are you thinking the peoples in the ghetto got all the Jordans and the peoples above, they ain't got the Jordans? You see people that got money, they not going to go spend $500 on those shoes.
No, sir.
That's why I say education. We have to educate ourselves through the word first and educate ourselves through their system to build up in their system. That's how we rise in their system. We're on the bottom. You can't rise up on the bottom. You won't float to the top. You're going to stay on the bottom. You that extra coffee, that X-Lac. I call coffee X-Lac. Read on.
And your garments are moth-eaten.
Yeah, what are they?
Are moth-eaten.
They're good for nothing, man. Your mind is good for nothing. Your mind, your spirit is good for nothing when you're not walking right. Read.
Your gold and silver is cankered.
It's corrupt, man. The things that you value, it's all corrupt. It's all lies. Read.
And the rust of them shall be a witness against you.
All these things is going to be a witness against the way that you conducted yourself. You carried yourself in this world. It's going to be a witness against you, man. Read.
And shall eat your flesh as it were fire.
It's going to destroy you, man, inside. Read.
Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days.
You don't build up wickedness for the last days. This is what we've been warned about, man. In the times of trouble, man, we trying to wake up, man. They're going to try to pull us all back in the bucket again. That's all you see in Galatians 6 and 8.
Teach.
That's all you seeing, and we trying to free the slaves, but the slaves want to be slaves. You can't free a slave that don't want to listen. See, that's all it is. It's just basic. See, if a slave listen, he can build. But if a slave don't want to listen, they can't build. Read this out.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
See, you got a corner-minded person, a slave. That's all they're going to reap. But see, I always tell you, people going to tell you side A. They're going to tell you about who they want to talk about. But side B, they're not going to tell you they're struggling and going through it.
Bring it out. Yes, sir.
So they're not going to tell you that. See, I always tell you this. Even when I was young, dude, old school told me, don't never believe a 50% come out of a person's mouth until you get that other 50%. Because you'll waste your money buying into lies.
Right.
Read.
But he that soweth to the Spirit
Listen at this, read.
shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
That's what we're trying to teach the people, man. Come out of the corner mind. Come out of this slave mentality. That's how a corner minded is a slave.
That's right.
A mental slave.
Yeah.
Slaves like to lie too, don't they?
Big facts.
Slaves will lie to you and you be sitting there like, I know you're lying to me.
That's right.
You telling me you got on a red dress and I'm looking it's blue. See, a spiritual man see through it. Give me 2nd Esdras, man. 6 and 25. What I'm trying to get you to understand, we have to change spiritually to get to receive the blessing.
That's right.
People's like, how they holding on, man? Who holding it together? It's the Lord.
That's right.
It's the Lord.
Teach.
It's the Lord holding this together.
That's right.
The Lord bring the right peoples in, man. The Lord keep right peoples around you. The Lord don't want you around all that wickedness, man.
That's right.
The Lord don't want you around gossiping and beating down your brothers and sisters. My sister over here was singing. She the longest member. She don't know it, but I tell her all the time if I get a chance. I remember going to her school. I'm sitting in there, she in there, I'm like in there just listening. I ain't say too much. I ain't want to have her put out the school. So I kept quiet. I just went and sit with her mama. Mom asked me to come sit. You know, and when you dedicate your time to your people, man, your people should understand, man. We have but a short time.
That's right.
Right. Bring that up.
In 5 years, we all can be taking that trip to Hawaii. In 5 years. Some of your children will be just getting closer to their teens. In 5 years. I promise. If you do it the way that the Most High and the Son want us to do it, we can't do it working, going from side to side, job to job. We got to elevate now.
That's right.
Read this out.
2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape.
See all this evil, all these slave mentalities. The Most High is giving us information, is warning us. You see, the thing is, we have to evolve into this Bible. We come in under the scribes and the Pharisees. We didn't understand what we was doing at first, but it felt good because guess what? The television had taught us to hate somebody.
That's right. Bring that up.
Bring it out.
We don't hate the Japanese, do we?
Bring it out.
The Chinese, do we? We hate the same slaves that was here with us. Read on.
And see my salvation.
And what?
See my salvation.
And he said, come and see his salvation, read.
And the end of the world.
And the seeing the end of the world, read.
And the men that are received shall see it.
And the men that believe shall see it, read.
Who have not tasted death from their birth.
Read on.
And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed.
The nation, man, read.
And turned into another meaning.
A purpose in life, read.
For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
It shall be what?
Shall be quenched.
Read on.
As for faith, it shall flourish.
It shall what?
It shall flourish.
The ones that believe, it shall what?
It shall flourish.
Read on.
Corruption shall be overcome.
Corruption is going to be overcome. People going, hey, stop lying to me. See, let me tell you something. See, it's a spiritual thing.
Yep.
Give me the dude that's in the ring right quick. Let me show you how I be when they come lying to me. See, I be looking at them. They know my eyes. See, they know my eyes. See, I be just looking at them. They be telling me to lie. We're going to come see you. You know, we here for you. See, I'm just looking at them, man. See, I'm right there with the hand. See, he started telling me a good lie, man. See, this is what I have to fold him up, man. Go sit down somewhere, man. See, the mind, that's what the mind do to them. That's how they walk off. Fold it up. Read verse 28 again.
Verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish.
It's going to flourish, man. Read.
Corruption shall be overcome.
All the lies are going to be done away with. Read.
And the truth.
And the what?
And the truth.
Read on.
Which has been so long without fruit.
See, the truth has been without fruit, man. The tree has been corrupt for so long, man. Now the tree's got fruit. People don't want to eat it.
Bring it out.
Because they used to eating that GMOs, man. They used to GMO friends. Read on.
Shall be declared.
It's going to be declared in this nation, man. All we got to do is keep doing what we do. But you got your own people that are trying to stop you. John 10:10. See, the scriptures, they taste different now, man. See, the scriptures, they say they're going to be sweet. Hey, when you come in the truth, white man the devil, oh, that's sweet, ain't it? 3 wives, that's sweet, ain't it? Church, that's sweet. But it get better when you find out that's not so.
Bring it out.
Christ ain't teaching us all that, man.
Right.
He say 1 and 1, they should be 1. Not 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. That was not so. Oh, man.
Right.
Read this,
St. John, chapter 10 and verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal.
You understand? Men's come not but to take your salvation. That's what they do. They come to steal your salvation. They see you happy somewhere, they coming to take you out.
Bring it out.
See, you getting up out that bucket. You looking down, somebody got your garment. I don't want to go. I don't want you to go. See, me, I'm going to kick him. I'm getting up out of here.
Right.
Read on.
And to kill.
And to what?
And to kill.
They come to deprive you of life, man. That's all they coming to do. When you reading these words, don't be reading them like you was taught in school. They coming to deprive you of Christ. Read.
And to destroy.
And to deceive. Read.
I am come that they might have life.
He say, Christ say what?
I am come that they might have life.
Christ say the word got to come that you might have life. Read.
And they that might have it for abundance.
That's the way we got to be done, man. Through Christ. Everything through Christ.
Right.
Give me Acts 2:20 and 28. So I know a lot of people, man, they I'm not really here for likes, I'm here to just tell you the truth. And one thing that I can tell you, that y'all life can be better. Y'all gonna be able to have these children's lives better. These children are our future.
That's right.
They have to be educated. The parents have to take that step. Push these children, make them read books. I used to challenge my children. They're not bad children. They ain't getting into no trouble. They got their own places, houses. But one thing that I learned, them other two, boy, them 2 babies, boy, they're on another level. They bought into this world, but the mother, let me tell you something. Y'all gonna see more family members coming.
I'm telling you.
See, all you got, let me tell you something. Your job is to try to help your family. You see them dying around you?
Right.
Let me tell you something. You have to be in darkness not to see that what you're not doing. Open that Bible up and tell them children read. Get them a book. Have them read. Reading builds their mind up.
Yep.
Smoking kills their mind. Read this up.
Acts chapter 20 and verse 28. Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock.
See, we got the flock, man. The sheeps. And see, when people don't understand, man, when you got a flock, you got to protect them. And how do we protect the flock? We have to give them knowledge. We have to feed them knowledge. Because the prophets understood in this time. See, the word was sealed for a long time. And now that the word is being unsealed, they knew how the people was going to respond. They was going to reject it. Read.
Over the which the Holy Ghost had made you overseers to feed the church of God.
See, we got to feed you, man. We got to feed you. We feeding you with the word, and we're trying to feed you with knowledge to go out here in this world and be successful.
That's right.
To succeed. I would love to see the families take the children to Hawaii in about 4 years. Let the children go. Let me tell you something. Traveling enhance your mind.
That's right.
Being locked down in a zip code, man, that's a penitentiary. Moving around and seeing the world. When I seen the Statue of Liberty, I seen it with my own eyes. See, a lot of people just seen it on television. They don't know if it's real or not. See, me, I went to go and prove it. So a lot of things I've been, man, you just see the sun rise out there on the east. Man, you see that sun come up, man, it's like it just come out of another world. Then you see it set on the west. Man, beautiful. See, a lot of us, we've been in prison so long, we don't know what life is. Life is receiving the knowledge and wisdom of this world. Read,
which he had purchased with his own blood.
Christ purchased this, man, make sure he purchased this with his own life for us to know these things.
Right.
Read.
For I know this.
He said, I know this, read.
That after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you.
He say thieves. He say Christ, after he have gone, thief was going to enter in amongst us, man. Grievous wolves are nothing but a thief that's trying to steal your salvation. Read.
Not sparing the flock.
Not even sparing them, man. They want to destroy them, man. As many that would listen to them, they want to destroy you. Read.
Also of your own selves shall men arise.
Men arise, read.
Speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after them.
See, that's all it is, man. This is what the Bible was warning us about in the last days. That these men was going to rise up again and do what they did back then.
That's right.
This book is written to us for we to know these things. That's why we was given it. Give me Ephesians 6 and 10.
Teach.
This is why it was written for our learning. To know and to disciple who is good and who is not.
Right.
You can't do it without the word, man. You know, pastor got on his suit, man. You don't know. Read this out.
Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren,
Sister, read.
be strong in the Lord.
Be strong in wisdom and knowledge, read.
And in the power of his might.
In the power, man, in the power of his might, man. In the spirit, man. Give me this video right quick. Let me show you something, man. So they tell us in the movies. Everything be in the movies.
You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. There's something wrong with the room. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind.
Oppression makes the wise man mad.
That's right.
It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? Matrix. Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere.
Every country.
Even now, in this very room, you can see it when you look out the window or when you turn on your television.
Slaves.
You can feel it when you go to work,
Slaves.
when you go to church,
Slaves.
when you pay your taxes.
Slaves.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave, Neil. That you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste.
You can't smell it or taste it.
A prison for your mind.
That's all it is. A prison in your mind. Nobody, you see people out here telling me they truthers. Some entertainer, oh, they're telling the truth. No, they're not. They're still a slave. They looking out for it. And a fan is a slave.
That's right.
A fan gonna spend all their money on apparel, die, can't even bury themselves, and the team won't send them a quarter to help bury that person. You don't invested your whole life into a team. When you invest your life in Christ, man, that's investing in family. Bondage is a prison, man, and you don't have to be locked up. They just got the penitentiary for them hard heads. So they got to control them too. See, you're in a controlled environment too.
That's right.
They keep you busy. See, you go from school. How many hours is it a day in school? 8? At least 7.
That's right.
How many hours do you work on that job? How many days a week you go to school? How many days you got to work on that job? They train you, man. They don't train you on nothing in school. Nothing about nothing here. Nothing to build you. If they did, they'll be afraid of you. You're a slave. And when you go into Walmart, just look around. Number of slaves in there. And they happy slaves. You're going to see them in there grabbing Christmas trees soon. Christmas lights. They're going to be out there looking for turkeys in a minute.
Teach.
Slaves, they do it every year. Slaves repeat, don't they?
That's right.
But it's hard for us to get in our mind and repeat what we need to be doing for Christ.
That's right.
Bring that out.
Read Matthew 6 and 20.
St. Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasure in heaven.
It say lay up for yourself treasure in heaven, man. How you gonna lay up for yourself if you don't got wisdom and knowledge? And when you understand that treasure Christ talking about, that's the treasure of life, peace, and blessing. See, we looking at it like money. It ain't got nothing to do with money.
That's right.
You don't need money for nothing. You get water and food. That's all you really need in life. See, money have become your God. That's why they got on it. In God we trust. And it really saying, in man we trust. But how many people have lost their lives over that dollar bill? Could you count the number? Could somebody do me a count and go find out? How many brothers in a dope house or a dope game done lost their money in life over money? Somebody selling some on Craigslist. There's a PlayStation. I seen a boy got shot 3 times in the head over material things.
That's right.
This is what be going on. Read.
Where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt.
See, neither moth nor corruption, nor a loss of faith doesn't corrupt a righteous spirit. Read.
And where thieves do not break through nor steal.
See, thieves, men can't take your salvation anymore. See, they don't have control over your mind anymore. See, when you start understanding the scriptures, they got to be taught to you in a spiritual manner.
Right.
You can't read this and it's spiritual. No, Christianity, people have been reading it forever. They still thinking it's a thief. They looking for somebody to come rob them. And all they don't understand is people coming to take your salvation.
That's right.
That's right.
Read on.
For where your treasure is,
See, where your treasure is, where your mind is, read.
There will your heart be also.
See, that's all it is talking about. Whatever you truly trust in, believe in, that's where your mind is going to be.
Yep.
That's all it is saying. It ain't saying nothing hard. What it is, they taught us English. A bastard language, they understood what they was doing. We have to indoctrinate the whole world. Why you think the dollar bill floats all around the world? People will want a dollar bill for it and they want their own currency. People, that's why you got the slaves here. You see all these migrants here now? They've been lied to too in the country. So they done been told this the land of milk and honey. They ain't told this was the land of penitentiary and corruption.
Teach.
See, nobody want to hear this. Nobody want to hear the truth. See, but when people start speaking the truth, they get hated on. They get that people's will murder you for it. Think about it. Give me 1 John 2 and 15. People hate it. People hate the change. They want to continue wearing the same brains that been corrupted. Teaching the children the same thing. Not teaching these children, hey man, don't settle. Read this out.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world.
So you can't be a slave, man. That's what Christ is trying to relate to us. Love not the world. Don't be a person that, man, thinking that this is something that you can be proud of. People are proud of it. Get your degree and still follow Christ.
That's right.
That's all I'm telling you. I'm not telling you to start celebrating Christmas. Get your degree, man, and keep keeping these commandments.
That's right.
And I tell you, sister, being a teacher is one of the best jobs on the planet. I mean, I thought about, I'm finna go back to be a teacher.
Summer's off.
I ain't got but 3 college hours, but I'm getting in there, Bishop. See, I tell you the truth. I got 3 college hours, man. I earned that in bowling, man. I dropped them classes, you get fall behind, man. Chapter 1 through 62. Hey, man, what the hell happened? That was Monday. College be moving fast, man. See, you got to prepare these children for college, man. See, I know about the syllabus and all that stuff, man. I'm telling you something, I didn't read it. I should have been reading it, man. Been preparing myself. I should have got my books in the summertime and read them. So when I got to class, I'm already ready. So this is what I'm challenging these young men. Take that step, man. You don't want to start a family and you ain't got no education. You want to at least have that degree. That degree means something here. It means at least 50,000.
You ain't lying.
Without it, you're going to start at around about 20. 15, you right?
12.
Read that again for him, Mark.
Love not the world.
Go get that education, but read.
Neither the things that are in the world.
See, you ain't got to follow the lies of the world. So you ain't got to follow the ways of the world. Read.
If any man love the world,
Read on.
the love of the Father is not in him.
See, all we got to do is function in this world, live in this world. We ain't got to love this world, man. We got to love this kingdom. But we got to get what this kingdom offer.
That's right.
You got Pell grants, you got all kind of grants and stuff that you can go back to school, get you a trade, some kind of certification. You go through the hood, knock on doors. How many degrees or certifications or trades you got here? 0. Get away from my door. You're going to get that 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Why are you thinking they still in poverty? They've been taught not to go to school. They've been taught to take these low-paying jobs. That's what our parents told us. Go get a job.
You ain't lying.
You ain't telling me to go to college.
That's facts.
I wasn't prepared. When you're not prepared for the battle, you're going to get destroyed.
That's right.
You got to have somebody that don't been in that war. See, we got brothers and sisters that don't been in that war. Bishop don't been in that war. His wife don't been in that war. His mama don't been in that war. Brenda don't been in that war. Yashara, I mean. See, some of these sisters, Simpson wife don't been in that war. I don't want to call you, I'm going to call you Cookie, so. The names be getting me sometimes because they all sound alike sometimes. So much on my mind, man, it's just, you got to come in this class, you got all these thoughts, you done been through this, you done prepared for this, you got to come in here and it's things that I hate to leave on the table. I want to make sure y'all get it all. It's time. It's time for these children, man, to live a better life. It's time. All we got to do is take this knowledge that we get, build up, understand good and evil. Basically it.
That's right.
Give me Mark 76. That's it.
Hey, Kels, I got a video.
Bring it out, Art.
Along those lines, we mentioned that blacks will be pretty much a permanent underclass in America by the year 2015. Why the year 2015? 2015 because what I concluded from analysis is that there will be a converging of social factors nationally and internationally that's going to place blacks in a permanent status of underclassship.
Yeah, turn it up.
And we anticipate by that point in time, based on all the research that's coming to us, that the next generation of whites will be more anti-black than they've been since the Civil Rights Movement. 2, we anticipate by the same token about 86 million Hispanics coming into the United States and about 41 million Asians by that point in time, which is going to kick black folk out of being the minority in the society down to the minority. We've been number 2 in the society for 400 years as a group. We're going to become number 4. And if we have not gotten anything after being number 2 for 400 years, you guess what's going to happen become number 4. Because at that point in time, all the new groups coming into America, they're coming in higher than we are because this country operates off of a preferential acceptance program, which means that groups are coming in based on skin color. They're going from the lightest down to the darkest. Light, yellow, brown, black. And that's what our immigration laws are based on. And black folk will not be able to penetrate through those groups to get to the white society when that happens, because those groups owe us nothing. They don't understand our problems, and they're competitive with us, and we don't begin to be a little more aggressive about being in a competitive posture. They're going to eat our lunches.
Hey,
man, bro.
See, the information. Now give me Daffy Duck right quick. Let me show you how competitive I am. See, I'm finna show you how competitive I am about that dollar. See, I don't just spend it, man. Let me walk by the store and hold up. You charge me too much? Hold up, man. See, that's what happens, man. See, a lot of you ain't about that money, man. Y'all just get robbed out here and it's okay. Man, I'm going in there to get mine. When you on the bottom, that's how you have to be. You ain't got no spare change. That's why I tell them out on the corner, I ain't got no spare change. Let's go to Mark, man. It's just a shame, man. that we don't want to change, man. And like that man said, we're gonna go. We probably about 56 now.
Man, yeah.
But these men and these sisters in the movement, all they care about is status.
Man.
They care about their elder, man. They ain't caring about their nation. That's let you know that's a slave. See, a slave only think as a slave. They looking for somebody to be master over. See, that's what the disciples was warning us about. That these men was gonna do the same thing. They were gonna repeat what they did back then. Read up.
St. Mark, chapter 7 and verse 6. He answered and said unto them,
Isaiah, read.
well hath Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites.
See, that's what Isaiah, they was doing was teaching what that was written back then. They were warning us, man. Israel don't like to change. Israel like to stay the same. They don't like to change. They like to keep things like it is. That's why you see we've been on the bottom so long. How long Christ been gone? Over 2,000 plus? We still on the bottom.
Man.
Bring it out.
Bring that up.
And why? Because of men. Read on.
This people honoreth me with their lips.
See, they gonna pull precepts, man. They gonna all be all on Facebook dropping precepts. That's what they do. They see you, you can put out all the beautiful stuff, the Feast of Tabernacles. You don't see them. See, they don't like nothing. They don't like peace and love. You put something out there that goes against their spirit, here they come like roaches. And so you gonna learn to stop coming on my Facebook. You know, I got a big boot on. I be crushing them. I be putting them to sleep, man. So I'm not coming on your format. I don't care what you post. I just give you that due respect. I'm trying to help the sheep that are lost. You come running on me, you're gonna get crushed. Guaranteed you, I'm an all-day dude, man. I'm gonna be there all day for you till you delete me. See, I'm gonna learn. You got to learn them something. See, they ain't never had no spiritual whooping, man. See, they honor Christ with their lips, man. Then you go to their page. See, one thing about me, you come on my page, I'm gonna come see what you're doing. That's your YouTube page too. I'm coming to see what you're doing.
That's right.
See, I want to see if you really about this. You go to their page, man, it be just garbage. Read on.
But their heart is far from me.
See, their mind is not on Christ. Their mind is on destroying people.
Right.
Their mind is on hurting people.
Right.
Their mind is not about healing. Somebody put something out there I see, man. I go and research it. I'm not running to your format to jump on something that I don't know.
Right, man.
See, that's the problem with a slave. A slave ready to kill you over what he don't know. Read on.
Howbeit, in vain do they worship me.
That's how the Israelites, the Bible was warning us that they was going to worship the Lord in vain and lies, man, and deceptions. This is what this Bible is talking about. Warning us of these men, these brothers and sisters. Keep reading.
Teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
See, they teaching passed down doctrines. What doctrines of the Israelites have changed?
Teach.
And how did this get established? Who established this? See, sometimes when people speaking ill will of you, somebody that might not be thinking like them might go look you up and see what they're talking about.
Bring it out.
And find out they're a liar. That's what really happens sometimes. See, bad news is good news for some spirits because they've been looking for something. And that gives them an alternative to go and check and see if this person is lying or not. And when they go and they examine it, they'll find out, man, yeah, he's a liar. Because when you understand somebody speaking ill will of you, man, that's just letting you know, hey, they're not in the spirit.
That's right.
See, they worship the Most High in vain. They dealing with hand-me-down doctrines.
That's right.
Regurgitated Israelites. All they do is re-say what they master told them, they daddy told them. Hate the so-called white man. Hate the that's their number one doctrine. They go out and find a corner looking for somebody of another skin color. Don't know if they're an Israelite or not. They don't. We don't know. See, because most people think it was just black and white peoples in America. They forgot it was Japanese, Chinese. What about the Jephthahites? What about all these other nations that are birthed, man? See, everybody just think one thing. We just think we always in Egypt, man. All the Israelites wasn't just in Egypt. Well, I was Jethro already outside. Come on, man. They already had daughters and things.
Message.
But they always thinking we just in one group somewhere. That's why these Israelites think everybody in the hood is Israelite.
That's right. That's right. Bring it out.
Read on.
For laying aside the commandment of God,
They don't like to listen to the word of God. Read.
ye hold the tradition of men.
That's what they do. They love the traditions of men. That's all they do. These guys that's on these corners today, all they following is what man taught them. They believe in a One West doctrine, and that's a street name. and if it was if these men was true, why they not being honored today as men of God?
Bring it out.
See, they name been put to shame, man. Nobody even know these guys. Read on.
As the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do. And he said unto them, full well ye reject the commandment of God.
They hate the word of God. This commandment is the word of God. Read.
That ye may keep your own tradition.
That they may keep their own way of thinking. That's what they do. Give me 1 John 2:16. That's all they do. They ain't changed spiritually. They just put on a garment with fringes on it. That's all they did. And now they can come in here, they want to get a wife, and she ain't changed.
That's right.
Spiritually. You deal with some of these brothers, man. That's why these brothers don't want to see us out there in them corners. If we walk past them corners, them brothers go into a seizure. Afraid we gonna ask them something they can't answer.
That's right.
I'm telling you, they know. But see, their main mission out there is to divide and conquer. That's it. To destroy souls. Read this up.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world.
This is just of the world, man, being a slave. See, a lot of people don't understand, man. No matter how up they go the pyramid, that's why I tell them, man, they're like Masons ain't nothing but slaves too.
That's right.
Yeah. They're on the bottom of the pyramid too, man. All these people they pay better salaries, that's to control the slaves. How do you have a judge and they have a Bible in the courtroom and they put their hand on there and swear to tell the truth and everybody in there is a liar? Hypocrites.
Crazy, bro.
And these police officers, you know, I be putting them on my TikTok, man. Like people's, you know, let me tell you something. Police officers are your nerds of the school.
Right.
You ever see? I seen one dude, man. He was trying to get a man a ticket. Dude jumped out the car. He about 6'5".
Whoa.
Police over there barely can see over the car. He's shooting and running. That's why they're officer safety. They carry with badges. I'm just telling you the truth. Most people don't want to hear this. If you know how to treat the people wouldn't be have that much hatred for you.
Bring it out.
But see, one thing that I'm trying to show y'all with that camera, and see, the so-called white man is really putting a dent into that, man. He's bringing light to that. See, they hating on him, but they ain't trying to absorb some of that knowledge that they got. You can't learn nothing from a person that ain't got nothing but hate in him.
Bring it out.
I ain't seen now an Israelite camp teaching them the amendments. Because a lot of times when we get in trouble with the police, we go in there and tell our side of the story. We forget to use the amendments. He violated my First Amendment and he violated my Fourth and Fifth Amendment. We go in there, yeah, he put handcuffs on me, took me to jail for nothing, write my report, and they just kick it out. It means nothing. Because they know that's a slave. Slaves. Slaves with no knowledge. That's all we are, slaves. Slaves. Give me 2 Timothy 3:1.
Break it out.
See, the Bible was just warning us, man. And I'm just starting to understand. It was trying to warn us that what was going to be going on today. It was written back then for our learning today. Read this out.
2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1.
Read on.
This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come.
You know why perilous time, dangerous time, man? You're going to have all kind of wickedness out here. And people that you confess that are spiritual and godly men, that's letting you know it's dangerous, man, because they can deceive.
That's right.
Them the one that deceived the peoples. But read.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
They're not trying to call for together the nation, man. You ain't never heard none of these so-called elders call a meeting. Why? They love theyself. They don't want nobody else in this movement to be seen. You just think about it. All these men come from one camp that broke up. How you thinking they're going to come back together? If they come out of wickedness, how they going to establish spiritualists? How they going to establish spiritual things?
Bring it out.
Think about it. Read.
Covetous.
What are they?
Covetous.
Eager to obtain. A lot of them on rank. See, this let me know. I'm an officer of 1,000. What the hell? You're a destroyer of 1,000.
Bring it out now.
Read on.
Boasters.
What are they?
Boasters.
Go out in them corners, man, and just teaching lies. Teachers of lies. You'll see the sisters, they do it too. They post, and let me tell you something, they love to put on Facebook. See, I'm on Facebook war. See, I be in there to cover their pictures up. Y'all be seeing me. I go to the restaurant all day, man. If I'm in the car, the red light. I'm telling y'all to do that, man, because these people drive crazy out here. Keep reading.
Proud.
What are they?
Proud.
Proud of a doctrine that ain't gonna get us nowhere. Read.
Blasphemers.
What are they?
Blasphemers.
They blaspheme against the scriptures. Read.
Disobedient to parents.
They don't like them. They don't like for nobody to try to build them up and educate them. Read.
Unthankful. Unholy.
Unholy, man. This is what this Bible was talking about. But see, they go out here and use these on people that have no knowledge.
Bring it out.
So they go out there and try to teach the dead wisdom that they don't even have.
That's right.
See, you gotta go out there in them corners with love, man. You know, and I used to wonder why the people like, man, y'all got hate. There's a young man right here today. He was like, man, y'all, I didn't used to like how y'all used to do. And I told him, I said, yeah, we was wrong. That was driving him away.
Bring it out.
Because he seen our actions.
Bring it out.
He didn't see no love coming from us. All he seen was the same thing he seen in the community. Brothers and sisters hating on each other. Because when you go into any community, it's a mixture of peoples.
That's right.
Read on.
Without natural affection.
They don't have the spirit of Christ. Read.
Truce breakers.
What are they?
Truce breakers.
They not trying to push Christ's word. Read.
False accusers.
Man, keep reading.
Incontinent. Fierce. Despisers of those that are good.
Let's talk about people that got fringes on, man. Talking about people that follow Christ. How can somebody that despise you that don't know nothing about Christ? This is talking about within. You build a nation from within. Read.
Traitors.
What are they?
Traitors.
Traitors, man. Read.
Heady.
What are they?
Heady.
Man, I'm tell you something. You can't tell them nothing, man. You can't even talk to them. They don't want to talk to you. You see them somewhere, they don't want to speak to you. Read.
High-minded.
High-minded, believe in the lies they've been taught. Read.
Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
They love pleasure more than they love God, man. They love all the things that they're doing. They thinking the Most High dealing with their feast days. They thinking the Most High dealing with their church. And you see them, just like, I don't know if y'all seen that they was out there fighting the Palestinians.
Man.
And I'm going to tell you something. I learned that they had been going down there for several weeks. And the groups get bigger and bigger, so they want to go down there and stir up some mess.
That's right.
That's not Christ-like. That is not putting us in a light that people want to follow.
Thanks.
They looking at them like fake dogs out there with fringes on, man.
Teach.
Read.
Having a form of godliness.
They'll have the Bible. They'll keep the Shabbat. They'll want to do the feast days. Read.
But denying the power thereof.
They deny the truth that what we trying to bring to them. Read.
From such turn away.
He said, you got to turn away from these men. It ain't talking about peoples in that world. Keep visiting your family. Keep trying to teach them, man. He's talking about turn away from these wicked people that's walking around here calling themselves Israelites, man.
Bring it out.
This is what we was being warned about. They was going to wake up too, man. The dead is waking too.
That's right.
Read.
For of this sort are they which creep into houses and led captive silly women laden with sin.
Read on.
Led away with diverse lusts.
Let me tell you something, man. They keep this nation in sin. The women represents the nation. They keep us in sin. Lead us away, man, thinking we following Christ. I'm just telling you the truth. Understand that. Understand that. 1 John 2:17, let me tell you. See, because the Bible is dealing within. You cannot build a nation without. You have to start with the people that gonna understand what we're teaching, because guess what? They've been taught the truth before. You know, you think about this. I know sister was talking about your husband. It's gonna be your spirit that gravitate to each other. You ain't gonna know each other.
That's right.
Big facts.
I hear him telling me, you're gonna see him again now. You ain't even gonna know him. You're gonna be your spirit.
Big facts.
It's gonna be your spirit, man. You're not gonna have no remembrance of what you did.
That's right.
You think I want to be thinking about when the police were chasing me out the park? Had my running shoes on, man. I thought I got away. They put a car on me, though. I look up the car right beside me. Gotta give it up then. You want to think about all the bad things? You want to remember those things? No, man. Just understand y'all spirits. If the spirit is right there, come back.
That's right.
Read this up.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 17. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever.
See, you got to do the will of God, man. You got to come from being a slave. And you got to stop worshiping man. That's why I say idols in self. See, a lot of you don't understand yet. Some people idols or that man that's sitting over.
Bring it out.
They believe in, and let me tell you something. If I did a questionnaire, go to these camps and say, hey, who do you serve? They're going to say Christ, but well, walk away from that man. They ain't going to do it. They married to him. See, a lot of you don't understand how powerful that is. Yeah. They married to him. But they'll tell you they worship Christ because Christ gives us the word. But man uses it to make them follow him. Read.
Little children.
What did it say?
Little children.
That's what people don't understand. When you've been robbed, you've been a slave all your life, you got to come back as a little child, man.
That's right.
That's why Christ calls us little children, man. You got to come back as a little child. You can't come in here with that slave. See, a lot of people try to come in here with that slave mentality. That's why you see a lot of them that can't get it right. When you come in this truth, I always tell you, got to come in here, man, and build your foundation. If you ain't building your foundation, you're going to slip through a crack soon. Keep reading.
It is the last time.
He said, this is the last time. Read.
And as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come.
He said that Antichrist shall come. Read.
Even now are there many Antichrists.
Hold up, there are many what?
Many Antichrists.
Y'all got a lot of people in here don't want to follow Christ, man.
Right.
Read.
Whereby we know that it is the last time.
It is the last time, man. In these last days, we gonna know, man, who they are by their actions. If you don't understand, all you seeing is with Israelites is fans with fringes on, man. They fan of a title, you know, and what I see too is just self-glorification. That's all you're trying to see in this movement, man. And, you know, elders just want to be worshiping and follow. That's all you're seeing. See, y'all know me, I'm out there amongst you. I sit back, you know, if you ever know, and people say I sit back, I do that because what I'm doing, watching over the flock.
Right.
See, a lot of you in the flock, so you ain't worried about that little sheep made straight. See, I might have to put my 4-2 back on, man, and go get them. Tear up all kind of hamstring getting over there. Think about it. Read on up.
They went out from us.
See, they went out from us. Read.
But they were not of us.
No, the Bible is talking about the people that's supposed to be the men and women of Christ. Read.
For if they had been of us,
read on.
They would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out. They might be made manifest that they were not all of us.
Y'all got to understand they were warning us. Right. This book is warning us about the future. It's trying to tell us, give me Matthew 24 and 23. They was warning us. What was going to happen? There was not going to be no love amongst the people. You thinking people that been slaves all their life going to wake up and start loving each other?
Crazy.
No. Read this.
St. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 23.
And when you read it, then you'll understand and read.
Then if any man shall say unto you,
read on.
Lo, here is Christ.
Here is what?
Here is Christ.
Read on.
Or there, believe it not.
Man, the Bible, they was warning us. They was warning us. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to warn us about these wicked men and wicked women. Read.
For there shall arise false Christ.
You got all these camps around here, man. Read.
And false prophets.
False prophets. Read.
And shall show great signs and wonders.
Man, they're gonna be, hey man, they use the internet, they use everything in their power to show great signs and wonders. Read.
And so much that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Hold up, how can they do that? How can Christianity do that? How can a pastor deceive the very elect if they don't woke up and know Christianity is false? This is talking about within, man. This is what we was being warned about. These last days, man, that they're going to come and they're going to be false Christ, man, false prophets. That's what you're seeing out there in them street corners. That's what you're seeing with these camps. Not calling together the peoples to come, and it go for all of them, man, all the camps. I'm not going to call no name, but all the camps. Every last one of them. You find out even the ones that just being established, they just like the other ones.
Crazy.
They have the same spirit. But read.
Behold, I have told you before.
He's telling us, he warned us before, man. We had been warned. Read.
Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert.
They were trying to affirm their lies, man, with their doctrine. Read.
Go not forth.
He said, don't believe them, man. Don't follow with them, man. Don't deal with them. Read.
Behold, he is in the secret chambers.
He say what?
He is in the secret chambers.
They telling you this is the truth, man. They trying to tell you this is what Christ is teaching. Read.
Believe it not.
They say what?
Believe it not.
Man, we were being warned not to believe what we seeing out here, man.
That's right.
Bring it out.
We were being warned not to take heed to it, man. These guys, when I talk to some of these so-called elders, man, they don't want to hear nothing but oneness. They are indoctrinated. They are deeply indoctrinated in a deaf doctrine. Read.
For as the lightning cometh out of the east,
the spirit of the truth, Christ, read.
And shineth even unto the west,
read on.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
In the truth, man. That's how it's got to be. It's got to be in the truth, not in man ways.
That's right.
And that's what's been happening year after year after year, man. You ain't seen no movement in the truth. Nobody calling to warn anybody. If we had some assembly, we needed to assimilate together. See, that's why I told you when we first started. See, if they was out there shooting, you'll be on got shot in the back of the head.
Man.
They not organized and structured. This is what you're not seeing from the movement. See, everybody want to be the top gun. And that be the ones probably out there shooting that lick 22. Matthew 6:22. I'm just telling you the truth. We was being warned that these things was going to take place, man. This is what they didn't want us to know, the truth. They wanted us to keep us as slaves, man.
Right.
You can keep a person as... How many slaves in the Christianity church? Over billions. How many in Islam? Millions. They keep them slaves. Read.
St. Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 22. The light of the body is the eye.
The light of the body is the eye. Read.
If therefore thine eye be single,
if it be one, read.
Thy whole body shall be full of light.
You understand? We all got to have the same spirit.
That's right.
We can't be in here, when we read that scripture about taking this in grace. See, when somebody come in here and they've been indoctrinated, they get mad about something coming out. They not built up yet. See, that person still should be on Similac, on that titty or somewhere, man. See, you throw him a piece of steak out there, man, he get choked up, man, and it destroys him. And we try to bring it down. I'm tell you something. I'm one of the ones that he took, and I ain't got no education. I ain't got none of these things. I'm basic. This is how I'm able to speak. If y'all watch Bishop class be smooth on it, man. Got quality wine on it. I come in, boy, it's gonna choke you up a little bit. Mm-hmm. But, tell the truth. People, that's what be wrong with us, man. We don't like living in truth. Tell the truth, teach the truth, man. Love thy brothers and thy sisters. Give me 2 Corinthians 4 and 6, man. Y'all understand when these brothers start taking this over, man? Boy, the deacons, bishop, man. See, I told them to be sitting in my corner. That's right. That's how I am, man. I like to chew on goodness and righteousness, man. Read this up.
2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 6. For God, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness.
See, that's what you're seeing. The men's and women's in here with that light to shine out of darkness. We was in darkness, man. We was just along with these other camps and these other schools. Read.
Had shined in our hearts.
He had to shine this. He had to give it to us in our spirit and our mind. Read.
To give the light of knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Christ.
We have to teach the people Christ, man.
That's right.
Christ wasn't about hatred. I was on vocab thing last night. He told me had vocab birthday. I said, yeah, when Christ celebrated birthday. They deleted me off the scene, man. See, I be out there mailing, man. Give me Ephesians 4 and 15, man. And get me out of there, man. Read this out.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 15. But speaking the truth in love.
Hold up, what are we doing?
Speaking the truth in love.
I didn't hear that. What are we doing?
Speaking the truth in love.
That's what y'all see us doing, man.
Right.
That's what they hate. They not reading their Bible. They just got their certain precepts, man. You ever know some school got certain precepts they can only pull?
Bring it up.
Read on.
May grow up into him in all things.
See, when you teaching that truth and love, man, you may grow up in the spirit of Christ in all things. Read.
Which is the head, even Christ.
Read on.
From whom the whole body, fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part, maketh increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love.
Hold up, in what?
In love.
You can't build this truth in Christ with hate, man. That's why you haven't seen. I'm calling today. Somebody can make a TikTok. I'm calling today. These camps to come and sit at a table, man. I'm tired of it. Ain't you tired of being on the bottom? Ain't y'all tired of seeing the same thing out there? Some of you still got your finger dipping, man. I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna get it clipped off soon. Tell them to come sit at the table, man. We got a building. We'll come sit down with anybody. It's time to build. You ain't got to change the church name. All you got to do is change the spirit.
Right.
That's all we asking. Start believing in what you come to the table. What you don't understand. We'll sit down with you.
That's right.
Ain't nobody running. Read.
This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord.
We testify these things. Read.
That ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind.
See, they still walking like slaves in their mind, man, with these lies. Read.
Having the understanding darkened.
Having it darkened, read.
Being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart.
The blindness of their mind, they choose not to open their mind up, man. This is so simple. This is elementary stuff.
Thanks.
All we got to do, if they come back as a little child and humble themselves. If you sit at the table and you might not agree, go home and then examine it. Marinate, you ever taste some food that you cook in 5 minutes to some food that takes a while to cook? Which is gonna be better? Them oodles and noodles or that good food that took a long time to cook? Mama in that kitchen. She gotta go in there and cut the sweet potatoes up, man. Put them in the pan, put all the little cinnamon stuff on there, man. You been there smelling, in the house, got the stuff in the oven, cornbread going on. You in there looking at your clock and things, man. That's why I be at home, I be like, is it ready? Is it ready?
That's right.
You don't want no instant, no hamburger helper, man.
Teach.
You want a real meal. And that's what people don't understand.
That's right, bro.
Matthew 6:23. But think about it. This is what the Bible was just warning us, man. But read this.
St. Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 23. But if thine eye be evil.
If thy what?
If thy eye be evil.
These are the ones that's leading the peoples, man. Read.
Thy whole body shall be full of darkness.
You understand the light of the eye, man, is the truth. But if the eye be evil, it means that they got hatred, malice, darkness in their system. Read.
If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness,
read on.
How great is that darkness?
How great, man. How great of the destruction is that body of these people that's in this movement, man. How great is it? By them not simply simplifying this, making the children, who are you teaching? You're teaching children.
That's right.
That's who you're teaching. Give me Isaiah, man, 1 and 2. Isaiah 1 and 2. See, because people just think, hey, man, they see things. See, I've seen it for a long time. I can see how it changes. One thing I haven't seen, nobody showing love. That's one thing I've never seen none of these schools do. Camps. I've never seen them just literally show love. They see their brothers in a camp walking by, brew them up, shalom them. You never gonna see that. You can have all these unity camps, that's just wicked brothers getting together, man. That's got a problem with other peoples. If you having a unity camp, you shouldn't have no issue with no one else.
Bring it out.
Because I'm pretty sure y'all doctrines are different.
Thanks.
But you have no problem with that. Read.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 2. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children.
He said, I've nourished, I've awakened them, fed them righteously, and brought up children. Read.
And they have rebelled against you.
Y'all seeing this in this movement, man? They hate the Most High and His Son. They still have a Bible, but they don't want to do what's in it. They hear us, but not doers. Read.
The ox knoweth his owner.
Man, I've been trying to find that ox, man. They've been eating oxtails, man. I ain't come from the cow, man. I still been talking about that, man. I'm still, a little lost on that oxtail, man. I'm looking for that ox. It said don't have no meat on it. It's just like the neck bones. I didn't know the neck bone come from the cow neck, man. Let you know I don't be in that kitchen, don't it? I'm used to that quick food, boy. Read on.
And the ass his master's crib.
Even an ass know his master's crib. Read.
But Israel does not know.
Well, people don't know the truth, man. Read.
My people does not consider.
They don't even try to examine what's going on, man. They don't look outside the box. See, a lot of them that's in these schools, they like in a bucket. And the elder won't let them out. That's how it be. Because they tell them, y'all can watch anybody else and compare any doctrine. That's not a problem with us. But y'all gonna understand, y'all ain't getting fed what we teaching out here. We're not teaching what they teach. Right. We teaching Christ. They teaching the words. And the words they teaching is what they was enslaved with. They still teaching slavery. Read,
a sinful nation.
What are they?
A sinful nation.
Read on.
A people laden with iniquity.
You gotta understand, our peoples are still full of sin.
That's right.
Read.
A seed of evildoers.
He say a seed, a nation, a peoples of evildoers. Read.
Children that are corrupt.
They are very corruptive because they come in this truth thinking they follow Christ, but they don't understand they've been taught man. Read.
They have forsaken the Lord.
They have forsaken the word. Read.
They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards.
Let's get that, man, in Amos 9 and 8. So they're not trying to follow Christ, man. Pleasing man is an ultimate thing. You think about these churches. I used to hear about the what you call it, what the lady have, the missus funds. I didn't know they take up arms for the missus. The deacon funds. You think about all these things, man. Read this out.
Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom.
He said his eyes is upon the unholy kingdom, unholy nation, man. Read.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
He said I'm going to destroy these people from off the face of the earth. Read.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
He said I'm a command and separate the house of Israel amongst all nations. Read.
Like as corn is sifted in a sieve.
Read on.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Let me tell you something, man. He say amongst all nations. And it's talking about all peoples. And he say not the least seed. And when you talk about the least, you talking about the least in the kingdom, man. These are other nations, man. We always say we the greatest, don't we?
That's right.
When y'all understand, man, Christ created everything.
That's right.
So we should take out all the ducks now, since we can't eat them. They have a job on the planet.
That's right.
That's right.
When you understand why you targeted one person, one nation of people, and they don't know who these peoples are. Because I'm still working on that. That is a hard thing, man, when you're trying to go back and see, they have put so many roadblocks. Read on.
All the sinners of my people.
He say, all the sinners of my peoples, read.
Shall die by the sword.
They're going to die by this word, man, read.
Which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
They thinking, they being taught Christ, so they thinking they going to get to the kingdom. This is how a slave thinks. A slave don't think for himself to understand. He should know the scriptures himself or herself. See, when I'm telling y'all to read, it's so important that you take the time out and start reading.
Right.
What is hard to do, read. What is easy to do, read. That's the thing. Y'all should start having these, because one thing that reading would have brought us closer together, trying to bring the sisters in bond together. So when we kick this thing off for trying to get ready for this educational thing, y'all gonna have to learn. This is why I'm trying to tell y'all, communication, speaking. You're gonna be very important that y'all communicate. Somebody might be having a hard time of dealing with a subject matter, but we got peoples and places that can help them.
Right.
See, when you're out there by yourself, you ain't got nobody to help. Back to Isaiah 1 and 5. Read this out.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore?
Why? Why should we continue to be afflicted, man? Why should we be continue to be oppressed here anymore? When we have this knowledge and wisdom now, why should we be on the bottom? Why should we accept it? Only a slave will accept it. Read.
Ye will revolt more and more.
Even when you're going through your oppression, you're going to turn your back on Christ more and more. If you don't step up, read.
The whole head is sick.
He say the whole head from the leaders are sick, man. Read.
And the whole heart faint.
The whole mind is weak. Read.
From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it.
There's no soundness in it, man. Nobody taught us all these things that we've been learning these past few years. Read.
But wounds.
But what?
But wounds.
What's wrong with them?
But wounds.
Man, they wounded, man. They hurt, man. Read.
And bruised.
And what?
And bruised.
Bruises, man. That's why they have hate. You ever seen an animal bruise on it? He been caught in the chains. He become worse.
Right.
Read.
And putrefying sores.
Purifying souls. Read.
They have not been closed.
See, their wounds, their mind, their spirit has not been healed. Read.
Neither bound up.
Neither bound up. Read.
Neither mollified with ointment.
They having no armor, man. Nobody show love to y'all. And see, when people start getting love, they run from it. Because the way of the world, give me Jeremiah 23 and 11. Let me show you why. See, because what is going on in Israel, this is what these scriptures was telling me. Prepare for yourself now, you understand. That's why Stephen, Father, forgive them. Because, man, you understand, they retarded.
That's right, man.
Their minds retarded, man. It's mental sickness amongst the peoples. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 11. For both prophet and priest are profane.
He's saying the prophets, these brothers and sisters, these brothers out here, they profane, man. Read.
Yea, in my house have I found their wickedness, saith the Lord.
He say, in my house, you thinking this was written for our learning today, man. To know how to follow Christ. Read.
Wherefore, their way shall be unto them as slippery ways into the darkness.
Keep reading.
They shall be driven on.
They're going to be cast down, so read.
And fall therein.
Read on.
For I will bring evil upon them, even the year of their visitation, saith the Lord. And I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria.
Read on.
They prophesied in Baal, and caused my people Israel to err.
Keep reading, huh?
I have seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem and horrible things.
He said, this is what you're seeing, this one West doctrine. He said, this is a horrible thing. These things that these brothers out here on the corner doing, this is a horrible thing. Read.
They commit adultery.
They do what?
They commit adultery.
They commit adultery. Corner-minded, man. They're very corner-minded. Read.
And walk in lies.
That's how they teach. They walk in lies, everything they know, man. Read.
They strengthen also the hands of evildoers.
They take the people's, man, and strengthen their wickedness. Read.
That none doth return from his wickedness. They are all of them unto me as Sodom, and the inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah.
Corrupt, man. That's all this Christ is telling us. This is all the Bible was doing, warning us. So when we wake up, man, we would understand good and evil. We understand who following Christ and who not. That's what good and evil is.
That's right.
Matthew 6 and 24. That's all it's talking about. You can't teach a heavy doctrine when you understand. If this Bible was that deep, this is mystery. The mystery was what we learning, what we're being taught.
That's right.
Warning us against these so-called elders and these so-called deacons and these brothers out here that's out here pushing lies. This is what we was being warned about. If we was out here teaching some physics or something you don't understand, who in here know how to do pi? I still don't know how to do pi. Raise your hand if you know what pi talking about.
Apple.
Yeah, y'all raising y'all hand, man. You're talking about apple. I said pie.
Oh.
Let me show you, man. See y'all out here sticking your hand up. What do pie mean?
Pythagorean.
Yeah, see all the different. I'm be still in school with that Dunks hat on. Because you got to break it. See, they give you man, I used to get these things, man, 4 plus this and 8, backwards, pi here, 10 divided 1 equals 0.0.100118. These kind of questions I used to get in school right here. And see, you have to break it down with a formula. I just try to go find the answer. And I still got it wrong, just having the right answer. But this is what Christ is doing for us. He's trying to give us the formula.
Right.
See, the understanding the book is you got the book there, the foundation, but he's breaking it down to where you can have the true answer. Read this out.
St. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 24.
Read.
No man can serve two masters.
See, no man can serve two masters.
Right.
Read.
For either he will hate the one.
See, let me tell you something. When we trying to tell them about Christ, they hate it. See, but they want to serve man. Read.
And love the other.
See, you're going to love the other, whatever idol, just like you're dealing with them in Christianity. You telling your family. See, they don't understand they serving two masters. They know about Christ, but they really don't know Christ. Because they just got the question. See, they ain't got the formula yet. And the only way to get the formula is they got to come be taught. Read on.
Or else he will hold to the one.
He gonna hold to that lie. Read.
And despise the other.
And despise the other. Read.
He cannot serve God and mammon.
See, people, they made it to money. No, it's not money, man. It's this world, the system, man. Some people don't even care about money, man. They still atheists.
Thanks.
Give me this last letter. Read this out.
Worshiping mammon. Fear about the future.
See, when you understand when Christ come in, see, a lot of people fear about their future because they depend on mammon more than they do Christ. A lot of people say, I got to go back in the world and get my stuff right and let go Christ.
That's right.
Yep.
That's what be going on.
Crazy.
See, that mammon is more than just money. Read this out.
Mammon is more than just money.
See, that's the thing. That's what the church and that's what the Israelites teaching us about. No, man. People lose their focus, man, when they have, and this is why the scriptures say you got to be built up spiritually, man. So if you're not being built up spiritually, what happens when problems come in? The wounds start, them bruises. See, that ornament is this word. Read.
A lot of folks do not understand this, as you cannot serve Yah and money. This may be true, but is that what YAH is teaching?
Is that what he's teaching? Read.
The spirit of mammon is a spirit of anti-Yah, who tries to seduce us by getting us to put idols before Yah.
That's all it is. Read.
The devil tried to seduce Yah with a mammon spirit when he offered YAH the wealth and kingdoms of this world.
What do they tell us to come over here? The America, the land of milk and honey, man. How many people bought into that doctrine? How many people, you think about it, if all the people that came over here during that time, came over here and bought into that doctrine, man, that they was going to be able to come over here and set their families up. Why are you thinking all of these people's coming here now? And who walked across Mexico, man? Ain't that's too long of a trip for me to be walking. That's too long for you to be coming when you thinking, see, it's just the imagination in your mind that you're going to be able to do things that you can't do. It's an illusion. That's all it is. It's a matrix. Read.
Mammon is one of the rulers of the spirit of this world.
That's what it is. Read.
Most believers do not consider themselves to be worshipers of idols. They claim to be worshipers of Yah, but are the spirit of mammon that believes in the way they are living.
See, they'll come to school, but they still live in that world. They still got that mammon in their mind. They still got that lust in their system. See, and I'm going to tell you something. There's judgment that comes with it. See, they don't understand this. When you see a person young die, you don't know what went on. You're seeing people at the funeral, yeah, little Pookie, man, he was good to the next. Pookie was out robbing everybody. He got just judgment.
You ain't lying.
See, we don't really see the whole, we get A, we don't get B. See, when you go and talk to people that know people, they'll give you B. Yeah, that mother crazy, man. We ain't messing with it. Keep reading.
The spirit of mammon works unbelief. Will tell you that the Lord's way are foolish and outdated.
See, a lot of people thinking the Shabbat is not important. They think it's outdated. That's what they'll tell you. They'll tell you the feast days, we don't have to do these things. See, this is what I'm trying to show y'all. The people, that's why I say you can't serve two masters. It is not talking about the people in the world. They're already serving the master they serving. It's talking about people that's got fringes on, that's calling themselves Israelites, Old Testament Israelites.
Yes, sir.
It's talking about them. Read.
Will bring envy into your heart and will lead you into lies and cheating.
That's what they do, man. When they don't understand Christ, this is like being a little child, man. Let me tell you something. Being a little child is the best life in the world.
You ain't lying. You got servants.
Real servant. I see serving Shimshon every morning with bags in his hand. The royal princes are coming in. They ain't did nothing this morning. Got up and got fed by mama and yes. You think about it. Y'all don't be understanding. Children life is good. Why would we want to be children?
Teach.
Bring that up.
Children don't do nothing. They ain't got to worry about no bills. When they come to the feast day, they playing all day. They ain't doing nothing. Let's get back to that life.
Yes, sir.
That's all we got to do, man. This is what the Bible is trying to teach us, man, about being children. See, most people want to be adults. They want to be slaves. That's all they're telling you. Read on.
The spirit of Mammon will bring disobedience into your life.
See, when you got them lies in your head, you ain't checked. You can't check your spirit. Read.
We are stewards of God.
Read on.
God wants us to prosper. God wants us to be generous. Wants us to be selfish. Wants us to
It should say not selfish, but keep going.
Yah wants to free us to follow his word from being under a curse to Yah's blessing.
That's what he's trying to teach us, man. Teach us how to build ourselves back up, man. You know, we understand you read the Bible, we was lawyers, architects, we was everything.
That's right.
How a bunch of slaves gonna build a kingdom? The people that you trying to enslave gonna be just like you.
Bring it out. Right.
How you gonna build a kingdom and you don't know how to do nothing? We can start by educating these children and educating yourself.
Right.
I challenge you. In 5 years, I can guarantee you 100% your life will be changed. I'm telling you, teachers making almost $60,000 a year. They work, 8 months out of the year? 9 months. They got every wicked holiday off. They got every weekend off.
Yes, sir.
Just to go in for a few hours a day and deal with some little children. Read on.
The spirit of Mammon will make you turn up your nose and mock the Creator.
When things are not going right for you, when you're in this walk, it'll make you turn your nose up to Christ. That's right.
Thanks.
See, they don't be turning their nose up to me. It don't bother me. I'm just here to do a job for what I was spiritually called to do. The same thing for these brothers. Sometimes you be in class, you be in a precept, be on hit you in the side. Bam, oh man, is he talking about me? No, Christ is talking about you.
That's right.
All we doing is doing what we spiritually come to do. Read.
One of them is determining success by how much money you are making. Another is living as consumers and not stewards, or having money and thinking you have the right and power to do anything that you want to. The spirit of Mammon gives you a mentality to believe that you have a right to a certain standard of living. You expect the government to help you or care for you when something goes wrong. The spirit of Mammon causes you to live beyond your means, on the edge financially, and in the end, you lose it all. Choosing to live the life of Mammon brings judgment.
Let me tell you something. Think about it. You can walk right through this hood. Everybody got a pair of Jordans on.
You ain't lying.
You walk right through this hood and just, if you had one of them car things, put on their tag, you'll find out 80% of them probably don't even got insurance on the cars. That's how they live.
Yep.
They behind on their car notes, behind on their rent, but they gonna still go to Betty Beauty Salon, ain't they? Spend $300 on some silky weave. Indian Remy. So they gonna continue to do the dumb things.
That's right.
Because they are a slave and they live above their means. See, back about the early 90s, everybody was dripping, wasn't they?
He said dripping.
Today they all dry. I'm telling you the truth. Drip in the pawn shop, man. I seen a dude, man. He had at least $100,000 worth of gold They had set it out in the bag. They hadn't even separated it yet. They said he was coming back to get it. It was about 18,000. I said, he ain't coming back to get that. If he had to come pawn it, that means he ain't coming back. And y'all go by the pawn shop on after Christmas. Y'all see what I'm saying? All the toys the state gave them, they're going to the pawn shop. Mama got to have her sack for that. They got to go get they wine and stuff for the New Year's. They live above their means. I remember this back when I first got my car. And I knew the guy working. They said, "Yeah, man." There was a lady in there. He said, "Yeah, she can't afford it, but she paying $600 a month on it." Damn. You know, people paying over $1,000 on their car notes today.
That's right. That's right.
Back to Matthew 6:25. We're gonna come into an end, man. I'm just trying to give y'all some understanding. Read this out.
Same Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life.
Say, don't take no thoughts for your life. Read.
What ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment?
Keep reading.
Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they?
See, our people still got a slave mentality. They still thinking they got to rob, steal, and kill and get it.
Mm.
Think about it. Ain't none of you went a week without eating.
Bring it out.
Think about it. Ain't nobody in here really hurting. What you really hurting for is knowledge.
Right.
That's really what you're hurting for, wisdom. That's what you really, truly hurting. To be built up, man, because we wasn't taught nothing as children. Go outside and play. I know my dad used to whoop me, but when I was make me read that book, man. I'd be sitting in there mad as hell, man. I'll kill this man soon, man.
What?
You know, I'm seeing the sisters and friends, they having fun. But I'm not thinking, hey, he doing what's best for me.
Right.
But that's how your mind is. Your mind is always construed backward. You see, once the children see that you raise them the right way, they're going to raise their children the right way too.
That's right.
So when you take them to mama house and mom and daddy house, they're going to get the same feeding there.
That's right.
See, because now if you're taking the mom and daddy house, they may get different feedings. Somebody may want to throw one of them pork chop channels out on them. And that's just a doctrine. Keep reading.
Which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature?
Admitting the facts, read.
And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field.
Consider them, man, read.
How they grow.
How they grow, read.
They toil not, neither do they spin.
They don't even labor or spin, read.
And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these.
He wasn't set in order like them, pure and white, read.
Wherefore, if God so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you? O ye of little faith.
That's the problem, man, when they come in this truth. They've been taught all these whirlwind doctrines with all that meat on it, man.
Sure.
And they haven't been given milk, man. That cow, that baby calf can't survive. That baby sheep can't survive without milk. See, when you come into the truth, you have to be just like that. You can't come into the truth already a grown calf. What are you going to eat? You can't eat the meat. You still got to go for the Similac. And in this truth, you should grow in grace. Not come in here and already know the scriptures better than everybody else. And that's one thing that I got messed with that bothers me. Everybody want to be the king precept.
Bring it out.
I don't care if the deacon or the bishop know more than me in this Bible, man. I'm coming here and do what I got to do. And that's what the Spirit do, teach them. Come in here and teach what you got to teach. Nobody worrying about, we're going to get trophies in here. All we trying to do is build you up spiritually. Keep reading.
Therefore,
read.
take no thought.
See, say, take no thought, man. Don't worry about nothing else, man. All that competition, that's what a slave learned.
Right.
Slave trying to work hard so master can see him so he can get that extra piece of cornbread. Read.
Saying, what shall we eat?
Don't worry about it. Read.
Or what shall we drink?
Keep reading.
Or wherewithal shall we be clothed?
Keep reading.
For after all these things do the Gentiles seek.
See, the ones that have no knowledge, they seek. Read.
For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things.
Everything you need, the Father's going to give us. He's going to teach us.
That's right.
He's going to give us how you think. Man, Bishop talked about this back on Passover, about this education. And this week I say, man, it's time. You know, everything got to be done through the Father and the Son. And, you know, I can see the importance by sitting back, examining him, his mother, my sister, the ones that got degrees. And I didn't know Asperella. Did I get it right?
Damn.
She done put his hand over his eyes, man. Cookie. We'll talk later, sister. I'm going to write your name down so I can know it. But you think about it. Then I found out she got a degree. You know? And, you know, putting it to use. This is what they need to see us doing. See, they can see us walking with this Bible with our fringes on, but they're going to see us starting to elevate. Because these other nations, like your man said, they're coming over here. They have no sympathies for our pain. None. Why should another nation care about us want to be on the bottom?
Right.
Keep them on the bottom. We'll stick a hair shop in their store. Keep them on the bottom. We'll stick a Roach Motel in their neighborhood. Right. Keep them on the bottom. We're going to stick them corner stores with that outdated food in them.
Teach.
Keep them on the bottom so we can send our children to college. This is how we take it back, man. This is how we take back our dignity. This is how we take it back. Elevating these young men's minds to going to college, preparing them, talking about it. What you gonna take your associates in? What you wanted your bachelor's in? Get some, man. That's you. And once you got your bachelor's, man, you can go and apply for different jobs. You can obtain the experience. You ain't got to be worried about making no 20,000. You ain't got to worry about going from job to job. You're gonna study go up because your degree gonna demand it. I learned that when I was working in Dallas County. I was a supervisor over different units, but to get the big money, I didn't have that degree. That was holding me back. And when I was looking for jobs the last week, I said, man, that thought came right back in my head. This is the same feeling I had back then.
Man, bro.
You don't want to go through that, man. 30 years later. We don't.
But seek ye first the kingdom of God.
You got to put everything in order first, man. Read.
And his righteousness.
And his righteousness. Read.
And all these things shall be added unto you.
Everything that we trying to build and establish, these things will be established amongst us. Once they see this, let me tell you something. This is going to pull more people to start coming.
Man.
They see they got sisters they can call on their phone, and they not gossiping. They talking about it, asking about questions about higher education. You know, and this here gonna separate some of the sisters from some of the men. Some of the men, and let me tell you something. You got a husband already, go get that degree, let your husband, he gonna sit back and handle the business. Right. So once you set, he can take the option of trying to find something.
Right.
That's how you build, man. This is how you build. You can't build about everybody in the house uneducated. You're gonna be going job to job, apartment to apartment. See, I used to move every year. They say I'm increasing rent, I'm gone.
Thanks.
You know, my sister be like, boy, you move too much. Hey, it went up $20. I was out of there. I'm going to tell you the truth. Keep reading.
Take, therefore, no thought for the morrow.
Don't take no thought for the morrow, man. You already understand. Read.
For the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself.
Keep reading.
Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof.
You better understand everything you're going to deal with, man. If you don't really take heed what the Lord is trying to give you, you're going to fall back in those cracks.
Right.
So take this opportunity. Even you ones out there that's watching today, man. Take heed to this. If you got some college hours, go back to college. Start figuring out what you want to do. I tell sisters to be teachers. That's one of the easiest jobs there on the planet. And I'm going to tell you something. Don't go in with your fringes on. See, we got to be smart about this too.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be in there, you know, Israelite. Don't go in there talking about Bible because you already got sister over here waiting to got hate in her sister. Take heed to this. And brothers, start trying to figure out what you want to do, what you good with your hands. And y'all can start taking heed to these things and start figuring out where you want to go. Everybody ain't got to be a teacher. Everybody ain't got to be a plumber. But we got to get some certifications, man, and some statistics. What's the word? Certificates. I'm telling you something, man. That smoke killing me. I need some gum, man. But understand. Yeah, appreciate it, man. All we here to do, man, and this thing here, this is what I want y'all calling the bishop and the deacons about, man. This is what we should be talking about. All that drama, save it for your mama. That's what they say in the hood, don't they?
Bars.
We don't want the drama. We want some positive information. And let's build on it. Shalom.